I am Eon. It is Saturday, 29th of November, 2025. As I record, we're going to look ahead into science fiction, cyberpunk, grimdark future, all the things. Let's take a look. First up, Second Dynasty. They just came off of a Kickstarter that they just did, but they have here the Huolpada. I'm not pronouncing that properly, I know, but they call it the Tortoise. Really neat ship, and I like the fact that they broke it away so you could see how the interior of this would look, obviously with tiles put in instead, and front what it looks like from the front. Admiral Apocalypse, we don't have a preview yet, but we do know they're going to Hivefall in the month of December. And I don't know why I pointed at that as though you could see what I'm pointing at, but I think we all see what they've got circled. Aftermath Studios has some clowns. This is definitely an inspiration, and as they say it on their page, from killer clowns from outer space. Anvil Digital Forge has a really cool release this month with military automata. So these are all automations. They even have little drones as well. You can see the drone there. You can see various backpacks, various heads for the troops, legs bouncing around. I like the guy off the side of the thing there. These come with several different torsos, however you want to do it, and if you up for the multi-shell component, you can take this apart as you want. Here's a couple of models that you see what these look like. These would be just great generic cyborgs, robots. For their loyalty reward, they have Frogman wetsuit models. And you have to appreciate the guy in the box. I believe that's a Metal Gear Solid reference, but I could be wrong. Archvillain Games is doing Body Snatchers First Contact. This is a hunt engine and some snatchers that go along with it. So really different looking model here. I like it though. Here's a composter and there's a reductor. This is a demagogue, and there is a forager, and there's several of these, but we'll look at them more once the month hits. This is just a preview. Here's some life trackers. So like Imperial probe droids, right? This is a recycler, and there's a snatcher. Oh, these guys have 6 eyes. And a couple more snatchers as well. Almost spider-esque in a way, just without the extra arms and legs. Battlecat Miniatures has done, this is World War II. I think these are the dismounted Dragoons Porte. And these would be the mounted Dragoons. This would be a Laffy S20 truck. Not 100% sure on these. These might be the Portuguese conductors. That would be the next thing in the list they have. Or engineers, maybe. Those might be engineers. These are conductors and artilleros. That would make sense. And these are Carthaginian war elephants for ancient warfare. Not a small release. Grim Wars from Battlecat has here the Might of the Desert Nomads with their ambulant throne of agony and pleasure. I think that is coming up in a second here. Wrath Knights, I believe we have. Yeah, that was the Mechanized Brigade. And I believe this is the throne of agony and pleasure. These are some trench war figures that they've also previewed for December. Blue Sky Minis, which I have been watching for a while and do not often get to include, has put out a couple of models here that I wanted to showcase for them. They said that this was coming, I believe, in the December release. I may have goofed that up, and then maybe a November release. Oh well, can't really check it right now. Claudio Casini Art has Cyber Psychopath Cyberpunk. Always one model is at least science fiction. Cyberforge Studios has Grim Realms and Titan City Stories and some very unique terrain. For their Grim Realms, we have Black Knights. These are Black Knight Elite Squad over on the right. And some more of those up close here. You can see them with the missile launchers. This is a Sword Prior. Before what? And this is the Black Knights Striker and Strider. Different weapon options, of course, as well. For Titan City Stories, they have the Black Heresy. These are Black Guard Lieutenants. Just the Black Guards, and what the bodies of those Black Guards look like before you put them together. Here's what their arms can be like, different parts to go together. And these are Demir Sapers, but I think it's supposed to be Sappers because they've got little bombs in their hands. They all usually include a couple of civilians. This time it seems to be a couple of prisoners that have some sort of symbol carved in their head. And the terrain is very different here, like concrete crosses. There's this guy as well, part of the terrain, and there's what the bases will look like. Dakka Dakka just put out their preview today. Karsakabi, the Primal Soul, I imagine that's the Titan of Mankind release. Silence Keeper HW vehicle. Space Layer Dino Riders Team Monopose. Space Layer Range Squad. I like those models. I always like Elven Rangers. I don't know. Pluto's Kuranian Walker and Pluto's Centurio. Space Layer Flamescale Squad and Voidway Oracle. I just finished Dune. That kind of strikes a bell there. And there's Mechnarch Stravicus Kane. Actually, that might be the Titan of Mankind release there. Dark Fleet's Ryzen is only given some little preview sort of images here. Duncan Shadow actually has a fair amount of science fiction this month. Here's some Goblin multi-part kits. Various heads. They also have some trophies and plinths. And then they have some sci-fi goblins pre-posed. I'll be honest, I wasn't able to include all of these. One, because it's a preview video. And two, there's just so many of them, I didn't want to just fill up the time with this. But these guys come with masks on over their face or no helmet and various weapon options as well. Edge Miniatures has given us this preview with Cursed Elves, more throne ships and slave barges. Cool. And 28mm Tech Pirates and Tech Pirates Flesh Berserkers and Goblins Who Stole Christmas Kill Team. Wow. Okay. You have my interest, Edge. And there's a Skyborn on the right there. Ghamak has only given us preview art for science fiction so far, so we can kind of get an idea. We see more of the Ancestrals coming back this month. New to my videos is Grimdark Ohio, and we're going to be covering more about this creator as they start to grow and release. This is a Vest Knight or West Knight. I hope I don't have these backwards. I probably do. But very nice renders of this character coming for the December release, as well as the Tech Shaman. Reminds me of the game Ark, or am I looking at the wrong inspiration for this? There was another game that came out on PlayStation also that would hit that, I think. KMFP Designs has shown December 2025 release. Metal Marauders, Hekatos Cyborgs, Void Swarm, and Jovian Sentinels. And here's a preview of what they may look like. Loot Studios has Atomic Vegas coming up in December. Here's Foul Roland Plague Rider. A casino sign. Really like that. Like, that just speaks Vegas to me. An Atomic Doom Reaper. And a 5-Death Flame Herald. I wonder where they get their ideas. Mantic Vault has shown out in December. Here is a look at everything you're getting in Mantic's Vault. Specifically for science fiction, this is damaged terrain for Firefight. And for the Dead Zone, Vermin Brood Guard. Marchen Atelier has promised bigger releases or a bigger announcement of something in December. I look forward to it. When Captain Hookleg's dreaded Unsinkable was cleaved in two by the Volcar Marines, his future pirating prospects looked grim. Making the best of a terrible situation, he decided to become the greatest pirate on land. Well, that's one way to do it. It's not a life-altering screw-up. It is the opportunity to reinvent yourself. This is Pyroslava the Eye, Privateer Brigade Hero Miniature. Any worthy prey is worth the pursuit. Mr. Modulork put out a preview video. I grabbed a couple of images from it, like this ice cream truck. It's cold as it is right now here. Who still wants some ice cream? Death Rec concludes. Okay, this right here sent me back to Mr. Modulork, and I resubscribed because I subscribed in October and I needed to get November, and now apparently I have to get December in order to complete the set. There is a Mega Mutorks that is coming as well. Wow, okay. I mean, Mr. Modulork always does amazing work. A lot of these creators do. One Page Rules has December 2025 previews and roadmap. And we're doing Goblin Scavengers. Oh, mutated Goblin Scavengers at that. He had a tentacle for an arm. Gotta love the little goblin face just sticking out of the tank. I like the look of these tanks. I don't imagine they're very useful with the treads being very little touch ground, but then again, you get up and down hills probably pretty easily. And is that an ant? Okay, I need to look up more about that. Papsikels has shown Blooded Skull Hunter Quai 3 and Spec Ops Squad Leader. Here's a Super Smart Gunner 1. Wow, that is quite the rig. I'm impressed. And Human Power Armor Suit Space Marine Arnie. Is that StarCraft? I think that's StarCraft. I always love it when they do StarCraft. And oh my goodness, Cybernetic Quadrupedal Assault Walkers. These are the Dragoons, right? I was wrong before with the previous thing when I thought those were Dragoons, but these are the Dragoons, right? Okay, I am so excited now. Human Armored Heavy Ground Support Unit 5. Okay, so these are these StarCraft as well? I think these are. I forget what these guys were called. I need to go back and play StarCraft. But aren't these like flamethrowers and things like that? Or, I don't know, somebody correct me down below. Xeno Boilers. Boilers as in they are boiling, as in, oh, look at the growth on its back. And Xeno Hive Wardens. Hive Wardens. These were the guys that buried in the ground and then attacked, weren't they? So, wow, all the StarCraft references here. I'm loving this. This is an amazing month, Papsikels. Here's a Space Crew Acting Captain and a Xeno Symbiote Stalker. Wow, he is swole. Xeno Symbiote Berserker and Hunter. Gotta love the Venom and Xenomorph mashup, just works, doesn't it? For their Cyberpunk release, they have several nether hackers. Here's Neriza, and on the right, there's Abomination Asura. There's Armored Lady Kuza. She comes in 3 different forms, or 3 different weapon choices. Battle Creature Full Blast form. Again, about 3 different options there. Cobra Alley Viper Troopers. Nice. I love me some G.I. Joe as well. So definitely worth the Cyberpunk upgrade. I mean, even if you play a miniature agnostic game, you can just print these guys off and you're playing G.I. Joe under rules of something else. It's really cool. This is a Cyber Dwarf Alchemist. Cyber Dwarf Thrower. And Cyber Dwarf Bomber. Okay, kind of variations on a theme here. RPG Figures has Baby Krogu for the month of December. And as a bonus for anybody that subscribes, whether fantasy or sci-fi in the month of December, everybody gets Baby Krogu as an ornament as well. Txarli Factory has shown us these ruined buildings that are coming out in December. We'll look at these in more detail once the month hits. UGLYmini has shown us Chitinous Swarm Part 2. I do believe it's a hard C, not chitinous, but chitinous. I like that weapon down in the bottom right, and I like the virtual digital shields. Unit 9 is doing 0 Point Collective. Here's Ashfall, Firewall, Ghost Link, and Moth. Pretty sure there'll be a few other releases once the month hits. We'll be back and look at those when they do. Vermillion Miniatures has shown in December they're doing Infested, monsters that were once animals and human. January is Trade Post, a gathering place for trade caravans, and February is Robots, machines that serve people in the past. Quite the lineup. Here is the concept art for some of those infested or infected. Wow, yeah, okay. Wargames Atlantic has given us some previews, and I'm not exactly sure what to call these, so I'm not even going to try. I love the big gun on this model on the left. Like, I can't imagine the hand holdment with his left hand is useful, because wouldn't that thing spin when he fires? Westfalia is relatively new to my videos. Here's a Panzer Palanquin. Along with some ghosts. And a Wire Banshee. So I believe this is Trich Crusade sort of stuff. These are Bedouins, apparently a continuation from a previous month, and these are archaeologists. Wildmesh, not exactly sure what their release is just yet, but they did show some eggs last month and something seems to have hatched. A Vorex Ascendant. Huge, violent, deputy of pain, kidnapper of hope, 3 heads, 6 upper limbs, 4 lower limbs. Well, folks, that is my preview for December 2025. Once the month hits, we'll, of course, add on to this and add more and more, and we'll come back and look at things throughout the month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.